Hello friends, welcome to Check and Met YouTube channel. This video is about learning the basic tactics of chess and improve your game step by step. Today let's talk about relative pins. This video is part 2. In part 1 we have talked about absolute pins. You can check it by clicking on the I button on your right. As we talked in the last video, when you attack a piece of your opponent and he cannot move without losing a different piece of greater value, you are pinning the first piece. When the pin piece is not the king, the tactic is called the relative pin. So let's understand this with this example. In this example, the game goes like e4 c6, knight c3, d5, knight f3, bishop to g4. Now, here black bishop has produced a pin with white's knight to white's queen. This example clears the difference between the relative and absolute pins. The difference between the absolute pin of knight c3 and relative pin of knight f3 is that the movement of knight on c3 will be an illegal move, whereas the movement of knight f3 will not. However, there will be a loss of queen. In another example, relative pins are not so dangerous as absolute pins. Your opponent can move the pin piece and may surprise you. Here is the example of relative pin gone wrong. This game goes like e4, e5, knight to f3, d6, knight to c3, a6, bishop to c4, bishop to g4. Here, black has pinned white knight. However, white ignores the pin and moves the knight to knight e5. While the black bishop is enjoying the queen, white moves bishop to f7 and check. Black's king goes to e7 and white moves knight to d5 and checkmate. Black won the queen but lost the king. So be very careful when you give relative pins. In another example, this will be clear that relative pins can go wrong anytime. Black knight on c6 is pinned because his rook on a8 is on the same diagonal as white g2 bishop. White has to grab this opportunity before black's rook moves away. So white plays b5, attacking the c6 knight. Black moves knight to e7 and allows to take bishop its rook on a8, followed by capturing the bishop by the black's rook. Here, black lost 2 points, which is good compared to 3 points if the pin was kept intact and allowing the knight to be captured. Here in this example, black's knight is pinned by white's bishop. Black gives extra protection to the knight by moving the king at g7. With this move, it thinks to park its queen to safety, but white plays queen to h4. So this example shows whenever you get the chance, increase the pressure on the pin to make it more lethal.